You are now rocking with DJ Oz, Ozzy.
They don't know I do it for the culture, oh man. They don't know I do it for the culture, oh man. I should watch the stuff I post, come on man. I should watch the stuff I post, come on man. I should watch the stuff I post, come on man. I should watch the stuff I post, come on man. All the rumors are true, yeah. What you heard, that's true, yeah. Him and you, yeah. If you believe I do. All the rumors are true, yeah. What you heard, that's true, yeah. Him and you, yeah. If you believe I do,
Again.
You are now rocking with DJ Oz, Ozzy.
Oh, not that? My bad.
No. I was kidding. Hi.
Long time no teacup.
Yes.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Motherfuckers, yeah.
Two, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, bang.
Get fucked up, 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 get fucked up.
Well, how you doing, babe?
I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm chilling. Relaxing. Trying to rest my back. Also, Jesus is a myth.
Definitely a myth.
This is totally my hoodie.
Nope. Another stolen hoodie.
Oops.
Well, it's been a hot goddamn minute since we did this, and this one should be fun. We have some fun shit to talk about.
Very fun shit to talk about.
Anything you'd like to start us off with before we get to the shenanigans?
Nope.
Cool. All right, well, I'll start off by saying, fuck Donald Trump, hashtag
That was going to be mine. But I was trying to be nice.
But no, the first thing we're going to talk about, so we all know all the crazy Diddy shit that's going on. Mm-hmm. And the baby oil and the 45,000 times trying to fucking get bail, trying to get bonded out and shit. And he's still sitting in prison. But if you ain't, go check out that dude's menu. Like I've sat in jail and that food was atrocious. Atrocious. I remember the first meal they brought, it was their quote unquote goulash. And it looked and smelled like someone vomited on my tray. And then when I got the little spork and put the spork in said goulash, the consistency was like fucking snot. I was like, nah, dog.
That's delicious.
And the only thing I ate, I took the choke bread off the fucking tray, kept that shit for later. And the dude on the bunk across from me was like, you ain't gonna eat that, dude? I was like, dude, I wouldn't fucking feed that shit to my goddamn dog. Have at it, bruh. And dude was over there double training. Anyway, check out Diddy's menu. I'm pretty sure you can just easily Google it, but motherfuckers getting like pasta and like seared steak and some type of chicken. Like it's stupid. And then
Living it up.
and he has like a $300 or $500 something like that, $300 or $500 daily canteen like budget. I'm like, goddamn, how many fucking honey buns and noodles and soups are you going to buy, dude? Anyway, one of the things that's not being talked about is now he and his the Diddy kids, the boys especially, they're all going broke now. And what's not being talked about is Diddy put his Beverly Hills mansion on the market that supposedly has this underground tunnel that goes to the Playmate, Playboy mansion shit. Well, it's been on the market for a couple months now. I think they had one tour. We'll get to that. We'll pull it up here so we can read through it. But had one goddamn tour. It was a married couple, and the wife was like, "Nope, get me out of here. This place is creepy as fuck." But I've not heard people talking a lot about this. So first thing we'll do is go through the. Well, let's take a look at TMZ's article on it first, and then there's a short little 4-minute video of the inside of this mansion, and then we'll talk about how much he's asking for it, which all the realtors, I guess, are saying this is super, super overpriced. And if you know anything about the housing market, this time of year is not the best time of year to be a seller.
This ought to be interesting.
Let me get this up on the screen. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Boom.
Boom, boom.
All right. Diddy Beverly Hills mansion, not attracting buyers, icky and overpriced. Take it away, babe.
Oh, me? Oh, that's weird. I don't have control over here. Anyways, if I can read it. No, I can read it. I'm good. Diddly. See, I can't even read. There we go. Diddy's Beverly Hills mansion has become a white elephant on the real estate market. If I can read correctly. Excuse me, y'all. Because prospective buyers have shown zero interest since it went up for sale 2 months ago. I mean, why would you have any? That house is as popular as the Menendez mansion, I'm sure.
Well, the Menendez, it's funny you said that because here at the bottom, the Menendez mansion just recently sold.
Oh, well, shit. People got murked in there. So anyway, real estate sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ there have been only a few, quote unquote, potential buyers who have even walked through the mansion that was the subject of a massive Homeland Security raid back in March. We're told no one has shown any interest in buying the place. Our sources say a married couple recently looked at the house, and the woman was, quote unquote, creeped out and couldn't wait to leave.
Wonder why. Was it the 1,000 bottles of baby oil you heard about?
Well, as one source put it, there was definitely an ick factor because of all the allegations against Diddy, both civil and criminal. An ick factor. That's high selling. Yeah.
Ick factor.
God, why does it look so horrible in there? Anyway, beyond that, every realtor we've spoken with says Diddy's asking price is ridiculous. They say it's worth nowhere near $61.5 million. Ha! Bro, you stupid. And there's another problem. As we get closer to Thanksgiving, the real estate market slows down dramatically. Yes, definitely. Even in LA, that wintertime is not, no.
It's the holiday season. People ain't trying to move.
No, especially for $61.5 million. And it's pretty much dead through Christmas. Duh.
So the pictures here, before I scroll down, the pictures here, this is I don't know if these are current, right now, today, current, but semi-current photos from inside the Menendez mansion. And if you remember, even on if you watch the Netflix special, like this is the bookcase that you see behind the sofa, where the murking happened.
Oh.
Sorry, I scrolled too far.
Oh.
God damn it!
Oh.
Come on, TMZ.
There it is. That said, one realtor noted that the Menendez murder house in Beverly Hills recently sold. But the difference is the murders went down 35 years ago. The Diddy scandal is fresh. I mean, that is a good, clear difference. Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of people don't even know. Like, if you don't follow like true crime and these crazy murder stories and shit, like I do, like you're probably like, who the fuck are the Menendez brothers, right? Because that case is almost as old as I am.
It's at least 1 year older than me. Diddy's got bigger fish to fry right now, but it may be time for a significant price reduction. Very significant. Like,
Yeah, I think.
like maybe take probably 50 grand off that. Or excuse me, 50 million. I can't count. At least 50 million.
Probably more than that. If they're saying it's way overpriced, again, I'm not a realtor. I don't
Well,
know.
it's definitely given the area, Beverly Hills, it's definitely more than $1 million. I'd say maybe close to 10, maybe.
Yeah, I would.
61.5. You stupid.
I wouldn't have no idea, especially for Beverly Hills market. I would.
Beverly
have
Hills
any clue,
market
but
for that house, 10 mil. Easy.
that's it.
Yeah. Well, I'm being generous only because it's Diddy. So yes, if it wasn't Diddy, definitely get more. But since it's Diddy, you better just go for 10 mil.
Yeah, the fact that you just got raided and
Yeah.
all that shit. Now, all right, here's a quick video so you can see inside the house. You know, because just seeing it from the outside and the bird's eye view and shit, it doesn't really do it justice. I mean, it is a beautiful home, but I'm sure going in it with all the shit going on, I'm sure that quote unquote ick factor is alive and well.
Sean John Combs house tour. Sean John Combs, aka Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or just plain Diddy, has bought a newly built mansion in the Hambai Hills area of Los Angeles for $40
Los Angeles.
million
AI is killing me.
after a years-long
Fucking
search
AI is
with one of the Platinum Triangle's most successful brokers. Sean Combs, aka
Combs.
P. Diddy,
Sean
or
Combs.
Puff Daddy, or Diddle Fiddle, or whatever
Or diddle fiddle or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Doing this.
self-applied moniker. The entrepreneurial music, fashion, and liquor mogul goes by nowadays. Has dropped
And he's not a liquor mogul stuff. He didn't even own Ciroc. So let's stop it.
40 million
Just like he's not a rapper. Quit calling this motherfucker a rapper.
He's not a rapper.
At best, he was a groupie dancer that just scared the shit out of people and killed people. But he was not a rapper. Stop.
for a newly built mansion on one of LA's premier residential streets in the Hambai Hills, as was first revealed by the ever-busy celebrity property gossip beavers at the LA Times. The deal went down.
Man, they need to get a new watering system on that golf course.
Wait. Why does he have UK flag style pillows on the chairs? The fuck?
I don't know. I just wanted to see the greens on that golf course.
Property gossip beavers at the LA Times.
Look at that. Y'all don't have fucking sprinkler systems out there?
I think. Oh no, never mind. I don't know.
I mean, the green looks good, but
You know, California's always in a dry. What do you call it?
drought.
Drought. Thank you. So, no.
Oh yeah, because like y'all can only water your shit like certain times of the day, right? So yeah, yeah. Because I've never seen a green or a fairway like look like
that was definitely
brown.
drought season when this was filmed. 2020. Oh yeah,
that's
drought
crazy.
season.
coins. The deal went down quietly and off market in early August for according to property records.
Like I said, I mean, there's no doubt it's a beautiful home. But now all the shit that we know went down, allegedly. Yeah, I'm sure it's icky in there.
$39 million. The property was sold according to property records and several hours.
That's not pretty. That's
What the fuck are you doing with giant orange ass horses?
that's ugly.
I don't know.
For Your Mama's Cattle Tales by LA-based Uber luxury developer Niles Naomi, who purchased the property in May 2012 for $13,750,000. Mr. Niami as it
13 million. Now they said he's asking how much?
61.5.
Holy shit! So he's asking double the goddamn fucking price. Now we know you're out your goddamn mind, Diddy.
is his professional inclination, gave the entire property a complete overhaul. Out went the 13,421 square foot 1930 Air mansion. In its place is an even larger and lavishly luxurious European villa of about 17,000 square. Completed this year. The European style villa has about.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, and they
I
got
like
the
black
little,
and white.
and they got the little baby grand there in the corner. Mm-hmm. That's sexy.
Sexy.
It's part of me wants to ask, like, what do you do? Like, what does one do with all of these rooms?
Yeah.
But then I remember this is Diddy's. Anybody else I would ask, and I think that would be a fair question. But when Diddy's involved, and I start to ask the question, what would one do with all these rooms? Well, we know what Diddy did with all these rooms.
Baby oil.
But anyone else, I'd be like, what? Like realistically, real life.
Me, it'd be too much.
What the fuck do you do with all these fucking rooms? Like, I'm already overwhelmed, and I know, like, you're paying people to clean this shit, right? We know it's not you, but still, what the fuck do you do with all these rooms? How many rooms does one need? I don't get it.
How many?
What's up, Claire? Good to see you.
Hi, Claire.
Yeah, so we don't have to watch any more of that. You got an idea of what the house looks like.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
have to go
aight.
through the whole thing. Like I said, obviously a beautiful home. But if you were to do a walkthrough, I'm sure as all of the imagery pops through your head, you're like, ugh, ugh. We know what happened here.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next topic here.
Two, it goes
Cheers,
1, 2, 3,
motherfuckers.
Get fucked up. 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 Get fucked up.
And this one's I'm not a Swiftie at all, but I thought this shit was fucking hilarious.
Swifty.
So Travis Kelce, if you're not up on hip to the Swift game, Travis Kelce is Swiftie's most current boyfriend. He is the tight end of the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs, and was recently part of a Jeopardy question, which I thought was fucking hilarious because this dude is a three-time Super Bowl champ, and boy, he just got bitch slapped by Jeopardy. So, title Travis Kelce ribbed by Jeopardy, more famous as a boyfriend, and take it away there, babe.
Sorry. Travis Kelce is used to taking
Kelce.
Kelce? You could tell I give a fuck. Travis Kelce is used to taking hits on the field, but he was blindsided by a blow off of it this week when Jeopardy ribbed him with one of its clues. The game show fired off the disc when a contestant asked to receive a hint from a category listed the TV show in question.
Let's take a gander.
Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity is hosted by this man, who's maybe more famous as a boyfriend than as a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Derek, who's Travis Kelce? Correct.
That shit's fucking hilarious to me. This dude's a 3-time Super Bowl champ. And I can't. That shit's fucking funny to me.
Book it. The $200.
And it was only a $200 clue. It wasn't even one of the big. Come on, man.
Why do he has that cop mustache? Ugh. I hate that. Anyway, the $200 clue, which host Ken Jennings read out loud, stated, "Are you smarter than a celebrity?" It's hosted by this man who's maybe more famous as a boyfriend than as a 3-time Super Bowl champ. The contestant, Derek, knew the answer right away, blurting out the name Taylor Swift's boyfriend, who became the host of the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader spinoff earlier this year. She did? That show's still running? Whatever.
Sure.
Whatever.
No idea.
No idea. The scene wasn't met with much fanfare in the studio as Jennings continued on with the game just seconds later, but online there were a few social media users who went after Jeopardy for seemingly unnecessary shade. I mean, it was pretty good shade, I guess.
Come on, man. Be a good sport. That shit's fucking funny.
Kelsey, meanwhile, hasn't commented on the matter, although we're sure he'll laugh it off, as he did, after all, take on umbrage? I can't read. With being called Taylor's arm candy back in September. I mean, bro. That's okay. Women have been arm candy for millennia. That's okay if a man can be arm candy. Just suck it up. Hold your balls.
Yeah, just shave that fucking stash, bruh.
Please, God, that cop mustache is irritating me. Hey, Native Atheist, welcome. Thanks for joining.
There's a rumor Taylor Swift. I would not be shocked. I would
She's gone
not
too far.
be shocked.
Raunchy vacation photos are even inappropriate for young people. She has been too comfortable showing off. So who the fuck cares? I don't give a damn. She's at the beach on vacation. What? Why is this a thing? Raunchy.
How did my
I don't know. You gotta work it because apparently I don't have control
there
of
we
the
go.
studio. Yeah.
There we go.
There he is.
There we go.
There you go. Weird.
All right. Next on the docket.
On the docket.
2, it goes 1, 2, 3.
Get fucked up. 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 Get fucked up.
Now, on this one, we're going to have a little more serious. I mean, y'all know me. I'm a bullshit and laugh and be sarcastic about everything. A little more serious tone on this one. If you have not viewed or watched Kamala Harris's concession
I have not actually.
speech, well, good. We'll get your organic reaction.
My fresh
to-
take.
Yeah, and before we hit the play button, to all you MAGA nut jobs
Fuck you.
out there, this is how adults act.
Yeah. And fuck you.
This is how the grown-ups work here in reality.
Yes.
Okay, this is how we're supposed to communicate. Isn't it ironic? We didn't hear anything about fights and riots and looting and storming a Capitol and doing all that crazy ass shit.
Yeah, no.
Isn't it ironic? Mind's blown. Mind's blown. So here's I thought this was a great speech from Kamala. And I think she said everything that we needed to hear moving forward. And as I was talking to Jen the other night, if there is silver lining to be found in this, I try to approach everything with that mindset. Is what if I can? What is the silver lining? At least the motherfucker didn't get back to back, and we had the Biden 4 years to separate that. So he's only got his reign of terror, so to speak, got broken up. So if there's any silver lining, he doesn't have 8 straight years to just fuck shit up.
And he could possibly, no, let me not say that. Let me not get hemmed up. Let me just shut my mouth.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna just
Welcome to
All right, here we go.
Vice President of the United States, Kamala'S.
Yeah, still VP, motherfucker. Yeah.
And real quick before she starts speaking, and I paid very close attention to this because, as much as Trump and his crazy ass supporters wanted to do the fake news, it's huge, it's fake news bullshit. There was all of these rumors flying around that before she called Trump or whatever to concede, that like she was getting wasted, like drinking profusely, cussing out her staff, like just going bananas, right? And I was like,
Yeah, totally believe that.
hey
shit.
man, I'm a drinker, grew up with drinkers, spent most of my life around drinkers. I know what a drunk looks like and sounds like. Nah, dog. Nice try. That was fake news.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
In other words,
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me say, and I love you back. And I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today. Full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me. Full of love for our country. And full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials.
hold on, you mean they weren't cheating? Hold on, those poll workers weren't fucking you over? I mean, that's what card the other side would have played.
Yep. Oh, he'll definitely play that card.
He already was. He already was before the shit was even close to being decided.
As long
He was
as it's honest, I will concede as long as it's honest.
he'd already put something on his platform truth fucking whatever, social, whatever the fuck it is. I already put, like, there's funny business going on in Pennsylvania. So I'm like, Jesus, here we go with this tired, boring rhetoric.
I know.
I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran, and the way we ran it, over the 107 days of this campaign. We have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today...
We what?
What? Wait, you're an adult?
Hold on, you're talking like a grown-up, Kamala.
You're an adult?
You're talking like a grown folk. God. What?
She wore them big girl panties.
Man, quit acting all responsible and shit. Say, fuck this shit. Let's get them.
Investigate. Investigate the polls. Fire.
God damn it, grown-ups.
I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
Because that's what adults do.
And I think we should drink to that because, hey, again, that's
thank you.
That's the right thing to do. That's the grown-up shit to do, man.
1, 2, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, bang.
Get fucked up. 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 Get fucked up.
A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our...
Yeah, that was that.
Throw that shade.
That was that backhand slap.
Like, this is what you should have done 4 years ago, you motherfucker.
Yeah, that was that backhand pass. And normally I'm not a big fan of passive aggressive shit, but no. I'll put my stamp of approval on that one.
Yes.
Our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States.
Bingo.
And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best. That is a fight I will never give up. I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have their government telling them what to do.
Thank
We will never
you.
give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence. And America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected.
Sorry, whoever you are in the background talking, shut the fuck up.
I wonder when that was going to bother you.
Whoever's in the background talking, zip it. Zip it, zippy. I'm trying to listen.
Respected and upheld. And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect, by looking in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor, by always using our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve. The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work. Hard work is
good work.
Hard work can be joyful work. And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it. To the young people who are watching, it is... To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while.
This is good.
That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before.
Bullshit.
You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair. This is not a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged for the sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together. Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career, I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough Can you see the stars? I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time. But for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service.
She said, come on.
Ain't you? And may that work guide us, even in the face of setbacks, toward the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
All right, so I'll wait because I've already watched it. Jenna, what are your organic, like, initial just thoughts on that? Go ahead.
It's I remember for me, except I'm not crying right now, even though I feel like I want to, for many reasons. Like, obviously, yes, disappointed. Like two things, because, and if any of you are connected to my Facebook, you may have just saw this within the last hour, because exactly 4 years ago today, when I started a Facebook finally, and the first post I ever created was a snapshot picture of Kamala Harris becoming the first Black female VP of the U.S. And that was like initially already a proud moment for me as a Black woman to recognize my own self, because representation is important. You as a straight white male have always consistently had that kind of representation. But, for me as a minority and a woman and also an atheist, having just most of that representation be fulfilled 4 years ago when she became BP was everything. And I think I made a comment to say I wish I could also say now that she was our first female Black president. And the other part was, many years before that, at my sister's graduation from college, Michelle Obama spoke at her graduation. She was the keynote speaker.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I got to witness, seeing her in front of me sitting next to my parents and my sister, sitting on the stage as a graduate, or actually they were below, they weren't on stage. But anyway, that moment was electrifying too for me, even though I wasn't graduating, but having that representation of someone that's married to the president of that time was powerful. And I've always had like a passion and like heartfelt feelings for powerful Black women that spoke intelligently, spoke with, compassion and passion, and also just, being real. And you definitely feel that realness and connection with her. And despite what I've, especially moving here in Indiana, despite what I hear from other women, just women in general, how they would speak about her or how they felt. And I'm just like, and I sit there and I ponder, like, why is there so much woman on woman hate? Like, what is it about her specifically that you have such high disdain that you just easily would choose the other and not her? Someone that is not disgusting, someone that represents the office well, someone that is respected and had a career doing this kind of shit and has proven that just being in the VP spot alone. But we choose the other person. Like, what is it about this woman that you have such disdain that you're like, nah, I'm just going to choose a pussy grabber? And you have to sit with that. I sit with that because, as a Black woman, it's kind of like, well, what makes me so intimidating, so hated, so, filled so much with angst that I am going to go ahead and choose this old white man over this. Like it confuses me. And I say all this just to say, because, you cannot feel anything when you hear her speak, or you cannot feel anything when you hear Michelle Obama speaks, or any other woman that's Black in power that has the respect, that has earned the respect to be in the positions that they are. Like, you cannot feel that. So, listening to her, hearing...
And you're saying can't not feel that, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Like, listening to her now and remembering how I felt when I sat just below the stage, seeing Michelle Obama in real life, and listening to other powerful Black women in their stations and how they handle and conduct themselves. It's just like, wow, that's America to me. That's the representation I would think other countries see when they look at us. And I would hope one day see that when they look at us, instead of just such disdain as like, why is America so fucking complicated? Like, this would be easy in any other country. Maybe in most other countries, not all, most. And so, I'm grateful, proud. I can say that is a beautiful concession, like graceful, all the positives, because yes, we lose in the sense of her not getting the actual role. That's obvious. And I accept that. But I don't, just like in her speech and what she was saying, I don't feel it's a complete loss, because, all we can genuinely rely on is hope that somehow we'll get our shit right after this dude, gets his 4 years and is finally out the game. But we know that we still, there is the hope that there is still intelligent people out there and respected people out there that know that we can still fight and get this right and overcome the pain that we feel because the last couple days, or, the ugliness that you hear, all of that stuff, because I have to depend on that as a regular person in the world. I have to know that that can be possible. And that's what I felt from hearing her. So there you go.
So, side question, so I don't forget to ask this. Do you, because I think that she could not just win, but dominate. Do you think Michelle would ever run for president?
I would hope so, to be honest. I would genuinely hope so, that she does. Because we need people like that in our offices to defend us, to make things more lawful, to make things, to make us feel like we need to care about people more versus someone that obviously doesn't.
Yeah, like I said, I think if she were to run, she would dominate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Like people love Michelle, and obviously not everybody, but he won 2 terms around. Like most people, even if they don't like, they respect Obama and what he did and the position he held. But I think Michelle would be like a shoo-in, in my opinion. Like if she were to run, I think it would be game over for whoever.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
For whoever was running.
Yeah.
I would feel bad for the person running against her. Let's say that.
Absolutely.
Because it'd be a huge uphill fight. But yeah, I don't, because most of the things I was going to say, I kind of talked my shit throughout it. But the thing that I was most excited, I guess, to hear from Kamala was her being very direct as far as this is now how these things happen. Mm-hmm. This is the system. This is the process, whether you like it or not.
Right.
right? This is how adults act. This is how we conduct ourselves, right?
Right. You have to respect that. Like that's what I appreciate. I fucking miss that. Like this, I was always taught in certain roles that this is how you represent yourselves. Even in my role as a nurse, this is how you represent yourself as a patient, or to the service of the doctor, or to the service of the patient, or whoever in the community, both on and off work. This is how you demonstrate yourself in this role. Clearly. And she demonstrates herself clearly in her role. Donald Trump does not. I don't know how the fuck he demonstrates. I don't know what role he plays other than like a fucking clown, and a disgusting clown at that. Like, and not even a fun one. Like, just like, like completely. And like, no shade. Just like, you are a disgusting clown, sir. I don't know what you represent. It's definitely not me.
Or I. And there's my little league baseball coach, and he was my coach all the way through high school. The one thing he always drilled into our heads when it came to the W's and the L's, the wins and the losses, is you win gracefully, and you do it. Yeah, gracefully. You don't flaunt it. You don't, and you. I mean, don't get me. There's the banter. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, when the contest is over, right? It's the equivalent of you don't kick the guy while he's down, And on the other side of the coin, you lose with humility, right? And we have all taken L's. And we're going to take more L's. That's part of living this life. And that's something I won't even go that far, because I had a specific word I wanted to use to describe Trump, but I won't even go that far. I don't want to be a rifter against Trump, but he has an inability to look internally and to be introspective, and I think that's one of the biggest problems I have with him, is his lack of ability to be introspective and say, okay, what am I doing wrong, and what am I doing to cause division or cause hate or cause violence? As long as he feels like he's getting the W, he doesn't care. And that's the biggest issue that I have with him, because at that point, now we're in a danger zone, right? Because he's going to do and say or command whatever's necessary for him to get that quote unquote W. So when Kamala approached it like that, that's what I was wanting to hear. And she didn't just hit it. She hit a goddamn, in my opinion, she hit a goddamn grand slam. And when there's not very many times that I've heard political figures talk and they like 100% get my ear, right? Where I'm like, okay, now I'm listening. And I want to play this clip real quick. And this has nothing to do with politics, but it's a phrase that she used. A phrase that she used in her speech. Now, this original speech that I'm going to play is more sports oriented. But when she said it, I was like, I remember when I heard this speech when I was younger and still playing sports, baseball, all that. And I remember literally getting goosebumps listening to this man talk. So if you don't know who Jimmy V is, Jimmy Valvano, one of the most fascinating men's college basketball coaches of all time. He took a team. What was it? They beat Houston. Now I can't remember what school he coached. But they were supposed to be nobodies, right? Nobodies. And he took his team to the national championship. They beat a team with Hakeem Olajuwon and I want to say Drexler was on there, Clyde Drexler. They were supposed to have no chance to win. He took them all the way to the championship and beat this team that was supposed to be the hands down winner. And the reason I bring that up is because she said something that as soon as she said it the first time, I was like, holy shit. I remember hearing this from Jimmy V, which again, like motivated the shit out of me years ago.
I talked about my family. My family is so important. People like to be able to do is to spend whatever time I have left. 1 in every 4 will be afflicted with this disease. And yet, for somehow, we seem to have put it in a little bit of the background. I want to bring it back on the front table. We need your help. I need your help. We need money for research. It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love. And it's very important. And ESPN has been so kind.
And so for the background, he out of nowhere got diagnosed. I can't remember what form of cancer, but got diagnosed with cancer, and it was pretty rapid. And they actually had to help him on and off stage for this speech. Like he probably shouldn't even been here for this speech. But then as soon as he started talking, it was like the adrenaline and everything took over. But then as soon as he was done, his body let down again, but gave one of the greatest speeches I think that I've ever heard.
Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. And its motto is, don't give up, don't ever give up. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Every minute that I have left, I will thank God for the day and the moment I have. And if you see me, smile and maybe give me a hug, because that's important to me too. But try, if you can, to support, whether it's AIDS or the Cancer Foundation, so that someone else might survive, might prosper, and might actually be cured of this dreaded disease. I can't thank ESPN enough for allowing this to happen, and I'm going to work as hard as I can, for cancer research, and hopefully here, Nicole, Jamie, Leanne, my mom.
Hold on, I think I missed the part where he's drilling it home.
Your religion and the Green Bay Packers. So important to know where you are. And I know where I am right now. How do you go from where you are to where you want to be? And I think you have to have an enthusiasm for life. You have to have a dream, a goal, and you have to be willing to work for it. I talked about my family. My family is so important. People think I have courage. The courage of my family is my wife, Pam, my 3 daughters here, Nicole, at that screen right now. To enjoy your life, despite of problems, whatever you have. I've got to go, and I've got one last thing. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul. And those 3 things are going to carry on forever. I thank you, and God bless you all.
So anyway, I won't keep looking for it, but he exactly what Kamala was saying. You never gave up. It may appear that we quote unquote lost, but what is your definition of a loss? Because sometimes a victory, a win takes a long time, right? It takes a long time to get there. And if anybody's interested, it's the Jimmy V speech. Like it's in the sports world, it's one of, if not the greatest speeches ever given. But it reminded me of that.
I like that.
All right, we have one more.
Oh.
We have one more, and this one's more entertainment, maybe just for me.
What is it?
Hold on, God, come on.
Everything's a fucking surprise. Hey, AR.
Come on,
What's up?
YouTube.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for those that joined us, stuck around, peeped in, peeped out. It's all right. We're warming up the channel again. We're warming it up.
Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to warm it up, Chris. That's what I was born to do. What you know about some crisscross? Nothing. Mac Dad to make you jump. Jump.
You know you're living with the DJ.
Mac Dad, what's up, Air Boy? What up? All right, so the last item on the docket. There's a so I don't really watch a lot of sports. Actually, I don't watch any sports at all anymore, unless it's like UFC and boxing. I'm still a fight fan. Always have, probably always will be. There's a certain fight that I'm looking forward to.
You and mine?
No, not ever that. We don't even fight at home. What are you talking about?
Oh, I know.
Sport ball go team, and that's what when it which is crazy. My dad and I talk about this. Being a former, I was an all-state baseball player, had scholarship offers, played football, was a fucking monster, and now I'm like, sport ball team go. But I do still appreciate the contact sport as far as like boxing, UFC, martial arts, shit like that. But no, there's a particular fight that I'm looking for, in the baddest man on the planet is coming out of retirement at 58 goddamn years old.
Right.
And most people be like, is that a good idea? Is that a good idea?
He'll tell you.
Well, yeah, I think he says it in this clip, so I won't speak for him. So it's like 1 minute long. There's a little trailer here, and then I just want to talk about it because I think this just proves to me that whatever you want to think about Mike and his past and what he did, you can think that. If you still want to attach that to that man, that's on you. I don't, because I know that I don't deserve. I've earned second, third, fourth, fifth chances, and from everything that I see and read now, this man has changed his life as far as how he treats people, especially women. And if he has been quote unquote rehabilitated, whatever, I'm down for it. But he's demonstrated that, in my opinion, he's changed. But this dude is a whole nother specimen, athletically speaking.
Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle.
Oh, I love that song.
There's never been a night this big.
Woo!
This is no ordinary fight. This is Jake El Gallo Paul.
Who's doing more than me? I'm the face of this sport.
The Disruptor versus Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet.
Nobody can get close to me. I'm the best fighter in the world.
This is the fight the world's been waiting for. What happens next? Only one way to know.
Listen.
Paul versus Tyson, Friday, November 15th, live on Netflix.
All right, so he didn't say in that clip. He didn't say in that clip. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So he says it in another clip. He's like, Jake Paul. So if you're not familiar with Jake Paul, he started out as a YouTuber.
I didn't even know him from that.
He actually started on Vine. Y'all remember Vine?
I remember Vine, but I wasn't on Vine. Social media for me back then was like, fuck it. I wasn't into social media. Even though I'm a part of the generation of social media, I wasn't into it. I was just like, once I was done with MySpace and had Facebook for like a year, I was just like, fuck this shit. I got over it real fast.
I can't say that I watched Vine a lot. I think here and there I created an account just because I saw some funny shit on there. But so he started on Vine, but then when Vine shut down, whatever, he moved all his shit to YouTube, blew the fuck up, right, and making crazy money and everything. And then, long story short, now he's a boxer, and I will give credit where credit's due. Like, the dude trains hard, man. The dude can't fight.
Insane.
And his right hook is not to be fucked with. Like, his right hook is not to be fucked with. That said, his right hook is not to be fucked with when he's fighting anyone but the baddest man on the planet. And I've been watching all of Mike's, I can't say all, majority of his training regimen, and the Jake, you about to get that ass whooped by a 58-year-old, bro. Dude's almost 60 years old. It's about to be lights out. I'm actually kind of scared for Jake. Like, and I'm not saying that just for like to say it. I'm a little scared for him because he's fought some like quote unquote big names, but they're old now, like, but they weren't boxers, right? They were older UFC guys, older, they weren't just stand up, strikers, or boxers. You're talking about getting in the ring with Mike that is still at 58 years old in impeccable shape, and his speed, his hand speed at 58 years old is goddamn motherfucking crazy.
Yeah. And I would say this because, obviously Babe is a fan of the sport and of Mike Tyson. And like, I used to watch boxing ish. And obviously my sports knowledge is not as great as Babe's. And most of the stuff when we were watching like this hour and a half clip of, stuff leading up to the fight in 2 weeks, watching him, like watching old clips of Mike Tyson back in the day, obviously we all remember the infamous ear biting of Evander Field and all that stuff. We remember that shit. But seeing all his other stuff, like I didn't know how young Mike Tyson was when he started, how many championships he won with like TKOs, like one after another at the age of he wasn't even 20. Like he got all that shit when he was like 19. I didn't know all that. So seeing those old clips and seeing how hard he was training and his speed and his movements, like, and hearing the old age, like you were saying at the top, like, oh, is that wise? Should he be doing that? Like he's old and all that shit. Like me looking at it as a person that isn't as knowledgeable of how a great of a fighter he was back in the day and seeing him now. And I said this to you, Babe, earlier, like that is natural gift. And it was like, he said this in one of the episodes that we watched earlier where he was calling out Jake Paul playfully, but he was saying, he started this shit 4 years ago. He's manufactured.
And you stole my line.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you did it on purpose. You always. Hey, why you always biting my? Always biting my style. You always biting my style.
I love you. But saying that, like, yeah, Jake Paul's manufactured. He's only been doing this for 4 years. Let alone, Mike has a years long career of this. Like, yes, that's very obvious and true. And yes, credit where Jake Paul gets his credit of just being, up and coming and as powerful and great in his own right. I see that. But man, you can see the natural born power, speed, and strength on top of the training that Mike Tyson has. And even I have to sit back and be like, yeah, that old man's going to whip your ass. Probably in the first round.
It's yes. So Jenna 100% bit my line that I was leading up to. Is Tyson called him out. He was like, "You are a manufactured killer. I'm a naturally born killer." And goddamn, if that's not true. And here's the thing: at 58 years old, so there's the thing in athletics, whether it's boxing, baseball, football, basketball, it's called the eye test. And watch it, like how do they compare to competition? Mike at 58 still passes the eye test, where it's like his speed and his power are still so fucking stupid. Where even his trainer and the ring is still struggling to block punches, and they're just sparring, right? And it's like,
That's insane.
When do you stop? And Mike said it at the end of that one interview. He was like, look, I'm not trying to die in a hospital. I'm trying to die in this ring. I don't want to die decrepit in a hospital or retirement home. I want to die in this ring. This motherfucker ain't fought since, what was it, 2006? Something like that.
That's crazy. That's more than 20 years. No, it's close to 20 years, I should say.
The fact that he can jump in there at 58 years old and still pass the eye test, speed, strength, power, all that. Yeah, Jake. I'm a little bit worried for Jake.
Yeah,
for his health.
Yeah, and I was also saying, naturally, to my understanding, with medical nursing background, how the body works, blah blah blah. Like naturally, once you reach a certain age, your body starts to not break down per se, but you're not as fast and youthful as you were 20, 30 years ago at that age, like obviously. And that's just the natural state of how your body grows and you age. Like we all gonna get there. But man, like if natural born talent was something you could visually see, you see it in this man at near 60.
Crazy.
Like that's insane.
Because I think my dad's a few years over 60. Come on, man. Like even when my dad was, it's not been that long ago, just a few years ago, my dad was 50. There's no way.
No way.
There's no way he's
especially after being out of the game for 20 years.
There's no way he's getting in there and doing that shit.
Yeah. I mean, all power to you. I mean, my money's on Mike Tyson. I mean, how can you not? Like, much respect to Jake Paul. I get it and I see it, and he's proven that. I feel he's proven the right to be a professional boxer. I do. I will give him that. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I don't know the YouTube side of this dude, so I'm just like, oh, it's another athlete. Oh, he got moves. Like, oh, he knocked him out too. Like, I'll give him that, but I don't think he's gonna win.
Nah, as soon as he starts fighting,
that's just my ignorance, I guess. Whatever.
But see, that's the appeal of it. Is there's the YouTube creator side of it where people are watching and like, oh, look, this dude went from being a YouTuber and he's earned this shit. But like Mike said, like, dude, you've put in enough fights, like in my profession, you've put in enough fights to be an amateur. You're not a pro.
Okay, well, okay, that's fair.
And I'm going to work that ass.
But like I said, I didn't know this guy from YouTube. I was just like, who the fuck is this? Like, I don't know the YouTube side of Jake Paul. I just knew that I just started hearing about Jake Paul just because we were watching some other Netflix thing.
The Problem Child.
Yes, we were watching that, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then somehow it was his brother does that one drink. What is it called?
Well, no, that's his drink. Because my son drinks it just because it's a Jake Paul drink. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't remember. It was just something I just started to know about a person that used to be a YouTuber, and I was watching with Babe, and then all of a sudden they made this announcement about the big fight. And I was like, oh, okay, well, cool.
Yeah,
I know nothing of his YouTube stuff, so there's no bias from there. I'm just like, he looks like a good fighter, so I will give him that. I mean, I can't do the shit. So, if you're doing more than me, I think, yeah, you fight good.
Here's where I'll give Jake Paul credit: is he made up his mind to do something and he's fucking doing it, right? Yeah. So I respect I respect your gangster. Yeah. I respect your gangster on that. You made up your mind. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pursue it. That's number one. Number two, and he says it in his interviews. I'm a disruptor.
Yeah, he had to.
I will always respect the disruptor because you're essentially giving the bird to the entire fucking world. And saying, no, I don't really give a shit what you think. And I don't really give a fuck if you think I can do it or not.
It's the equivalent of someone telling you, babe, you can't do that.
That was your first mistake.
There you go.
Yep. So that's what. So from a hard work, grinding, like respecting the gangster, that part I am a fan. I am a fan of that. When it comes to now the sport, bro, you might have bit off a little more than you could chew on this one. Mike is, and till the day this man dies, is the baddest man on the planet.
He gonna get you.
He's the baddest man on the planet. So I wanted to end with that. I thought that would be fun, especially since we just watched all that.
That's fun.
And I knew we watched the Problem Child documentary together, which is a great documentary that really focuses on Jake Paul's career shift and even him
struggles.
Yeah, him finding sobriety, right, through boxing, athletics, and him being able to refocus.
Ayahuasca or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with hallucinogens, but as far as like the habit forming drugs is what I'm alluding to. But no, it's been a transformation for him, and he's even said that like me focusing on this has changed my life as far as focus, sobriety, and knowing that I have this thing to focus on, and I always need to be ready to go. And I think that's an awesome story. So.
Reminds me of you. Yeah, I'm putting the spotlight on you.
Anyway,
get your. He does this backward shit. Oh Lord!
It's the judge getting drug out.
I know. That's the best way Babe likes to take the spotlight off of him is make himself look goofy. That exactly. Will you normal face? Stop it. No, ew, no.
All right, closing words.
I love you.
I love you.
You have to expect that's always my closing. No, this is fun. I appreciate doing the teacups. No, this was fun. Great topics. I'm always in the blind as usual when we do the teacup, and that's how we set that up. So thank you.
That's the way.
I know. This is my closing thought, and it kind of dials back to the election and shit. Ever since there's been an election, I always have a debriefing kind of moment with similar thinking people that voted for the same person as I did. I've had a bit of a debriefing with Oz, but never in my like natural state, like how I was in California, because we're fucking liberals. So knowing that most times I'm in a room full of the other side. Oh.
Sorry, go ahead. My bad. I thought that was muted.
It's not entirely uncomfortable, but it's kind of like it's interesting to know what that other side energy really feels like, because I was never really surrounded with, people that voted for idiots. But I think it's an eye opener for me. It continues to be an eye opener for me, because I've had situations where I just have Trumpers right in my fucking face with the hat on. And I'm like, this is weird. Because just thinking like this, I know he's an irrational man. How are you rational in thinking that he's appropriate to represent this country? So my final thoughts is, I don't fucking understand you Trumpers. I don't understand people that vote for people like Trump, even though I don't really think there is anyone kind of like Trump. But there's Trump-ish. There's those batshit ones that are on his coattail and up in his ass, sure, but nowhere near like Trump is. So I would never understand and never get it. And especially if you're a fucking woman, I will never understand that shit. But yay, you got 4 years and we can finally get rid of this person. I hope he doesn't last those whole 4 years. Okay, I'm done.
Thank their God. Yeah, I'm still lost at that part. That part. So I will end with this just to be a little more comedic.
Please.
With the ending is I just want to remind everybody that watches this, if you're looking forward to this fight as much as I am, Mike Tyson once said this to an upcoming opponent. These are his words, not mine.
Always confusion with Mike Tyson, who's standing by with Jim Gray. Jim?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Steve. Mike, was that your shortest fight ever?
I bear witness there's only one God, and Muhammad's blessings and peace be upon him as his prophet. I dedicate this fight to my brother, Darabam, who died. I'll be there to see you. I love you with all my heart. All praise be to my children. I love you. Oh God, amen. What?
Is this your shortest fight ever? In any time, amateur, professional ever?
Assalamu alaikum, Maida. I don't know, man. Yeah, Lennox Lewis. Lennox, I'm coming for you.
Mike, is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8 seconds?
For this fight, I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend. And I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their claw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat your children. Praise be to Allah.
Are you saying now, Mike?
Hold on, we missed the best part there. We missed the best part. You're gonna eat what, Mike? You're gonna eat what, Mike?
Allah.
Are you saying now, Mike? Mike?
No, right.
Hold on. Oh, God damn.
I want to eat his children, impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Are you saying?
I want to eat your children.
He's Muslim?
He was then. He's not now.
Okay.
That's when Don King, seeped in.
Yeah.
When Don King
I want to eat
seeped
your
in.
children.
He said, I'm gonna tear your heart out and I'm gonna eat your children.
Your babies.
And Jake, remember, this is the same motherfucker. Like, I know he's cool right now, but you get a motherfucker in that ring, he's that same motherfucker was biting motherfuckers' ears off. Just for a snack. He was like, I smoked a lot of weed last night and I got the munchies and I'm about to eat Evander's ear.
You're now rocking with DJ Oz, Ozzy.